Oh, definitely don't worry about that, Super Brain. I mean, you are very far ahead of me in terms of. This is an actually interesting issue. You should see this one too. Um, game capture. Capture any full screen application. Apparently, this is not full screen. Cool. So, yeah, this is an interesting issue that I've got when this decides to start doing this live. Um, no, nothing. Oh, can I? Well, that is pretty awesome. Huh. Okay, let's try that again. Capture a specific window. So, Valheim. There we go. Yeah, so I'm having an interesting issue here, which is not a real issue because I know what the problem is, but um, so it turns out that my flight stick, depending on the game, will sometimes just start doing something like this and like rotating a character. Um, and interestingly enough, right? I don't think can't counteract. Yeah, so I can't counteract the rotation, which is so weird. Anyway, so if you unplug the flight stick, everything gets fixed like instantaneously. All of the it thinks that it's a controller, like regular. Yeah, but that's the thing is like even when I twist the stick either direction, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know if it might also think that it is a 360 controller, and then it doesn't have a right stick. So if it doesn't have a right stick, it might just be, I don't know, doing something else. Um, hmm, let's see. So yeah, uh, started Obi Stash as a new character, and I ran around in somebody else, or I attempted to run around in somebody's community server, but as it turns out, their community server has been defunct for like 6 months. So, okay, not playing that one. Um, we'll do a new. Um, Stashheim. It was supposed to be on. The guy's name is Bognogus. I think. Yep. He was an Elite Dangerous streamer for a long time. Started doing Star Citizen for almost exclusively. Um, and so I was. He's got like his big thing was the mustache, and so anyway. So yeah, I was going to join him on that particular uh, server, but oh well, it kind of didn't exactly work out. little surprised it hasn't started yet. Alright, and I'm going to essentially attempt a, like... It's awful to say this, but a collection speed run. So, so I'm going to, as quick as I can, collect as much material as I can, get a shelter up. It's not going to be pretty, or possibly just use a already existing shelter. Do a bunch of stuff that's not pretty, and just try to get as far as possible, preferably as quickly as possible. Long ago, the Allfather Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held their prison to the World Tree and left it to drift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of the sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world, they would be born again in Valheim. So this is still early access. Quite a bit of a difference between this and the other game. Like, I don't wanna, you know, badmouth the devs in the other game there, but let's try this. Alright, so we're gonna switch titles there. So Valheim New Start. Well met. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Hugin. Welcome to the 10th World Warrior. I'm Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Cool. Vegvisir Eikthyr. This stone is a Vigvisir. These magical stones were scattered throughout the lands by Odin as signposts pointing to the ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Eikthyr, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before even attempting to defeat him. Cool. Alright. So, I need to make... Oh. I forgot how fast you run out of stamina. Oh. This is not going to go well. It's fine. Okay. Need some stones. Got some here. Oh. So much for going fast. I have 3 wood. I need at least 10. Take stock of your inventory. That most items must be crafted. However, due to your recent departure from Midgard, you will recall the true shape of objects. Just pick things up and it'll all come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother, Munin, tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. Yeah. Shocking. Can I punch a tree? Yes, I can punch trees. 2 wood, anyway. That was an awful lot of work for it. Oh no. Alright, here we go. Raspberries. Stone again. How much I got? 8. I only got 1. Come on, man. So yeah, how'd the talk go? While we're trying to pick up... There we go. While we're trying to pick up stuff, might as well ask. Tasty morsel. You have found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Beware that before long you'll grow hungry again, so try to always have a couple of different meals ready. So I do know that you do need to keep separate things so that you can still make... Oh, there we go. Hammer. 3 wood, 2 stone. Good. Stone axe. I need more stone. Cool. And club 6 wood. Alright, I guess. Let's switch those. 3, 4 is... So I'm going to put things back in my usual places where I have them, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best place. What? Crafted a hammer. With this tool you'll raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. Yes, thank you. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. Did I actually get anything? Oh no. Okay, good. I get worried. Alright, let's get that a second. Alright, 12. Good. Alright, so now, if we can find a shelter, it would be really helpful. Because if there is any sort of roof that can go over our head, that would be optimal. If not, we gotta build one. Which, not awful, but still. If you right click, this will give you all the things that you can make. Crafting will get you your bench. You can build a wood arrow hoe or a bunch of stuff. Alright, furniture. We build a standing wood torch. We can throw this here, which will allow us to have resin, which will give us a nice little fire going. I mean, it's not a fire, but and make sure that everything is at least reasonably here. We need to build a hoe, which we need to use the workbench for that, and that needs a roof over the top of its head, which is why I was saying let's make sure we get that. Right. Building, no more wood. So. Really? Really? Oh, yeah, never mind. If you have the hammer out, you can't do anything else, so it's one thing you need to make sure of. Put the hammer away before you try to pick up anything else. Hey, there's some stuff. Also, wild boars. Boars are not particularly friendly. They get rather angry. We only have 1 wood at the moment, so we can actually, right, go grab our bench and bring it over here instead. Put it that little hut, maybe. If that doesn't work, we can at least attempt. Yeah, that'll work. Ooh, there's an actual house. Yeah, so we are going to... and bees. I don't see a nest. Why don't I see a nest? That's a little weird. Am I gonna die to bees? Alright, so if we set up thing here, this will allow me to start dismantling the house. Which is not exactly what I want to do, but... Ah, there it is. Yep. Okay, so yes. There's a giant bee's nest in there. Nope. I can't actually hit it. That's awesome. Huh. That's gonna be too bad. So if we go like this, and actually dismantle the house around the bee's nest, it should actually collapse it. In theory. Really? Well, this is fun. There we go. Alright, so now we can actually build a beehive. In theory. Nice. So if we build the beehive, let's do like over here. Where I'm less likely, where it's less likely to be. Check bees. Bees are happy. So, at this point, we're gonna grab a bunch of resources that are around here, and I was actually not expecting to get a source of honey this early, so this is awesome. It took me a long time to figure it out in my other game. What? Workbench was a craft complex item, so yeah. We can repair stuff pretty much immediately. Can create a hoe and a stone axe. And we have plenty of stuff for those. Okay, let's 7 the axe. 5. This is just basically to, like, you know, what's the default for everything. I just kind of automatically go for that because I've been playing this for a few dozen hours anyway. So, honey. Cool. So we can eat the honey as well as raspberries when we need them, and that'll get us much more stamina. Let's do this. So I want to take the area around here and level the ground. that I'm building, I can build any sized house that I want on this nice level surface. Gotta let stamina come back, unfortunately. It's totally level. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh man. Alright, I really like the placement of this house because it's away from the trees, so they won't fall on me. I'm not bitter, I promise. That's interesting. Slowly kind of eat into this hillside here, but it does take a bit of effort. Alright, so then we can go like this, and we start breaking everything down. Especially things that we're not going to use at the moment. Leave the roof over the top of here. And then, so typically the way that I do this is I countersink a bunch of the wooden poles first. So if we sink 1 meter poles into the ground, we can start like here-ish. We'll start measuring from there. So if we put down a plank on the ground, this is actually not ideal. Yeah, it's going to do the same thing I was doing earlier. Cool. If we put here we go, set of stairs going up to the front door, or what will be the front door, now we can start building flooring from this position. Alright. Three. Alright, and as we start breaking down the structure of this thing, it's going to get more and more precarious. If it's green, that's good. If it's blue, that means it's actually like stuck in the ground, so it's a foundational piece. And if it's yellow, orange, red, then it's going to break. So here we have this green piece. If we move over even further, notice that this is sort of orangey, and then this one is going to turn red and not break. Interesting. Okay. But anyway, now we can sink the wooden poles into the ground. Usually I go out either 2 or 3 and then place the next one, which also allows us to get a firmer footing for these other ones. So then we'll build out this way. Starting to get close to nighttime. This isn't perfect. Alright, 5. We can use 5 as... What? You have a hoe. Thank you. There we go. Try not to get under the trees. It's usually a bad thing. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't. The weird thing is that the Greylings will still attack me, even at my level, in my other game. Which just seems ridiculous to me. You'd think at this point that I would be so scary to them. Think that I would be so scary that they would just run away. But no, they still come after me. It's quite sad for them. Does not work out. Alright, so if we go with 4, and continue building, at the very least, small platforms like this. Countersink. Holes. And then start building walls around the outside. Because, again, it's nighttime. Door. Nice. Typically, I don't put it right on the end, but it works out alright. That. Go back for more wood. It's another thing, you can't change your weapons while you're running. Slightly annoying. Okay, it is officially nighttime. Trees, fortunately, do fall against each other and cause both of them to break. So it halves my work. So I'm liking the seed already. It's giving me quite some good stuff to start with. Be wary of the weather. So basically your stamina recharges a lot slower, and I don't know if you can actually take more damage or something like that. I didn't actually read it. Stamina certainly recharges slower. You again. Oh, your health also recharges slower. So, that's a thing. Okay, feathers. Those can help to build arrows. Start doing fletching and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna run out of axe here in a second. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. Yeah, it doesn't even allow you to activate it, so that's fun. Alright, when we get close to the beehive here, alright, it's still empty, so we gotta let them do their thing for a little bit longer. Alright, so like I said, normally I don't usually, really? Alright, the door might not be actually flush with the wall. This is fine. Okay, no, seriously. Let's touch the wall and sink it in. Okay. Go like this. Now I can build a wall. we get like the most basic roof ever. And throw this on top. Oops, other way. And then we do corners. Unfortunately, I don't have room for a fire. That might be a problem. Or ventilation. So doesn't quite work. Actually, you know what? I don't need it inside. That's the other thing. It's pretty awesome. So here, we'll go like this. We'll go outside. Put the fire here. It's going to be between okay, and then we have 4 wood, so that's not going to give us much in terms of a bed. But, let's see, how much do I need for a bed? Crafting, building, furniture, duh. 8, so actually it's not too bad, too much more. And we can also get a cooking station for when I actually hunt stuff, but right now it's not really worth it. And this is the other thing. I can actually just come here and rip up the fence, maybe? Yeah. Right. I keep forgetting about that. So we can take this crafting station, move it elsewhere. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Stop, drop, and roll, man. Alright, so we come out here, build the crafting station here, temporarily. And then we just say, I want to repair stuff, but no, I don't. I just want to rip it out of the ground. You again. And then we just go around and start ripping everything up. Allegedly a chicken coop, maybe? But this is the other thing. If you take everything off the bottom first, it'll all just fall. So the stuff up top is no longer supported. It'll just break. Right, dandelions. Take that back down, move it back over here. Repair everything. And now we don't have anything here to do. We need a second level in order to upgrade anything. So in order to use more stuff at the workbench, we gotta craft, let's see. Crafting. Yeah, we don't have access to it. But we can find some other stuff out in the world that'll help us. We need a tanning rack. So we've got to get a... I think we have to kill a deer first. And then... there's some other stuff. Okay. Now I can build a bed. Come in here. Build the bed in this position, give or take. And then, yeah, hi. Sleep the night away. Yeah, that's great. I'm going to claim that. Good night. This also helps fast forward the nighttime so that you're warm. And when you wake up in the morning, you don't have... you don't have to fight all the enemies through the night, so it's useful. May not be the best option all the time, but you know. We don't really have anything here that we can use, but why not craft some arrows just for later? Okay, that's it. I don't remember what other material I need for a bow, so we'll go and get that later. Still empty. I'm eventually going to need a pickaxe, so I can chop through stone. For right now, chopping through a lot of logs is a helpful way to get practiced, especially with, like, in the future you can get practiced with weapon axes, so, whatever. Nope, bad idea. Okay. Apparently I sidestepped the tree, so cool. Okay. So pick all this stuff up. I didn't really need to cut down the tree, but whatever, it's fine. Log rolling. So log rolling is also another way to clear cut an area. I had not intended to do that, but I'll take it. For anybody who is intending on picking up Valheim, it is, I think, a very good survival game. And the one honey, which I will eat. You can also set up, you don't have to, especially right at the beginning, but you can also set up wood piles and say, like, okay, I've got 50 wood, I don't need to carry it around with me, so we can just leave it here and just dump it around. So if we take down our workbench, we can put it now in the house. One of the problems with having a small house. Alright, now that the workbench is in the house and close by to this, you can also see where you can actually do stuff if it's not terribly foggy. There's usually a white dotted line that goes all the way around your area. Red if it's not working, naturally. Should go like that. And should collapse. Oh. Interesting. Huh. Alright, well, we're going to collapse that. And that. There we go. Alright, now everything starts getting destabilized. And then it just falls apart. Good times. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do to extend the house is come out this way. and get as far over as I can. We have currently 76 wood is pretty decent in terms of, especially in this case, extending the house out. If I break this fire, I don't believe I get any of that fuel back. So that's unfortunate, but that's what happens. The other option is building around the fire, which at the moment, okay, I can sort of do that. Not always the best idea, but it works. Let's go like this. That's going to get us one here at this corner. Okay. One there. Alright. So amazingly, this does not, like, burn down the house. Crazy that it doesn't, but whatever. I'll take it. Oops. That was not supposed to happen. Alright, so then there, and one more here in the end. Right. This can only go well. It's fine. Alright, so build the walls out from here. And then we'll worry about the wall that's in between in just a little bit. Put this door over here. Okay, so now we're also going to need some sort of ventilation system in order to make sure that the smoke doesn't kill us. So, what we can do is put a 2-meter pole on top of our wall here. And yeah, I mean, 2-meter pole is kind of ridiculous, but anyway, I'm making it work. Yeah, it's fine. And the floor is the other way. That's alright, it's going to be half and half. Okay. These middle ones are only yellow, that's kind of impressive. So we're going to go like this, take this down. Now, let's see. All right, go like this, going across. Oops. Breathing in smoke. You start taking damage if you are breathing in smoke, so you don't want to be there if you can help it. So if we go like this. Okay, right on the edge of collapse, but not going to. So you can see as soon as I put that in, it stabilizes. Make sure it's not going to topple over. Okay, and then this is going to go here. And we'll build some more 2-meter poles. Close this thing in. So now we have the structure for the house. And then let's use 26-degree edges. Okay, and then we need 26-degree corners, which we don't have enough wood for. Cool. Bees still happy. Okay. Couple lean-tos around a old campfire. Bench here just temporarily to rip this stuff down. Ah, core wood. So core wood's really great. It allows you to build all sorts of cool stuff. Really? Alright, cool. On the bench. So I mean, basically whenever we can, going out and grabbing random food is going to be helpful. Especially since raspberries, anything foraged really, you run through pretty quickly. Alright, we are reaching probably the limit of wood and stone, so now we're going to actually have to go find other stuff that's out there. Killing deer and boar are going to be our next step. crafting station needs a roof. Doesn't count. Alright, thatch corner 26 degrees. That should do it. Oop, oh no. Also the problem of keeping a fire literally inside your house. Alright, so then this needs to be blocked off in this immediate area. Uh-oh. There we go. That was potentially going to be a problem. Alright, so building 4-meter log poles is one of the best ways to stabilize everything in your house. So if you sink it first, put it on the corner? No? Okay. Cool. It was working. There we go. Yeah, something like that. So if I pop out the one that's there, I put this in its place. Really? Okay, maybe not in its place. Alright, let's try that again. This time I'm going to place that here. Then I'm going to target that thing and get rid of it. Okay. And put another one on top. May have to make a ladder and go outside. Yeah, I may have to make a ladder. Oh, actually, can I just jump it? No. No food. What? Impressive though, I can actually hurt myself. Alright, so build a ladder. And that way nobody else can climb on it. Not that they can. You know what? Be better if it was in the middle. Can I? Yeah, okay. Alright, now do I need 45s to get there? know what? It's 4 corners. 4 45s. Now, I believe we're going to see a massive buildup of smoke, but it's all going to be able to get out through here. Yep. This is ridiculous. So we've got... Alright. This is leading up to a good, stable house as we get all the way up there. I can actually add half walls. This would be good to have all the way around instead of the full walls all the way around. This leaves enough for ventilation while at the same time not looking ridiculous. Because you know that's what we're about on this channel, is not looking ridiculous. I think this should still allow for proper crafting without yelling about being too exposed. Yeah, okay, we're good. So that's core wood, that's regular wood. We got beech seeds, which we can go throw outside and grow more trees for later. Oh, no we can't. Never mind. I don't have the ability to do that just yet. So... Get me blunt 12 / 15. Weight 1. Okay. Should be good enough anyway. Long gone now. Oh no, there's one. I mean, I feel a little bad, but at the same time. Making deer explode is kind of your job in this game, so... clear out some of these little saplings, I think it'll also give the other ones room to grow. I don't know if that's actually how it works for these, but it definitely works later when you try to like plant trees or plant farm plants. I did just say that, yeah. Crops. Because if you try to plant crops too close to each other, they will not grow. And away we go. There we go. That's the bow. Boars. This land is hard and wild, but we who were brought here are harder still. Take comfort, traveler, in the gifts before you, the good wood and stone, the fruits of the flowers of the forest. Look also on the wild boar who roam these lands. They fear fire and the hand of man, but they can be taught to obey it. Go quietly to them and let them eat of your stock. Roots of the ground are their pleasure. So I imagine that I can get carrots. I imagine that I can get carrots and end up taming boars, but I haven't done that even on the other game. Alright, so then if we go like this, put up another set of stairs right here. Oops. It's actually literally underneath the house. Get as close as we can until it snaps. Then we go build them in. And then that needs a covering. So we can make a 26-degree covering way up here, which will shelter that. And same here. So 26-degree covering up like that covers the steps and make sure we don't get make sure it doesn't start weathering the wood. These don't appear to actually be at the corners. Oh well. Oh, I get it. Okay. That actually does want a corner at it. So we put... Yeah, okay. Put one additional wood post at each of these locations. Oops. There we go. Alright, now with all of those in place, we're looking good. So got a minute. That's floating. Several of these are floating. That's not cool. How is that even possible? It says it's underground. Alright, so here's one way to fix that, and is if we raise the ground at each of these locations. Oof. It's a little much, but it'll work. Make sure it's not actually... No, it's not popping up through, so that's what really is going to matter. That's more for aesthetic than it is for any real reason. So we don't need to worry about it. But alright, so then the next extension on this house is going to come out this way and build out to here. So going to use that eventually. Not my most brilliant plan, but it worked. Alright, we have an oak tree here, which is not going to be able to be cut by this little crappy axe. So it's going to need time. Need to get the next axe up, which is going to be found after defeating Eikthyr. Not super easy. Here, let's actually move this now. Now that we have some actual abilities to do stuff. Let's move that right there. Crafting can be over there. Okay. Now we need a crude bow, needs more leather scraps. We have 4, we need 4 more. Rag, tunic, again, upgrades need extra stuff. So I'm already wearing a rag tunic, right? Yeah. So I need rag pants, which are going to be another 5. Bow, which is going to be another 5. Tower shield might be nice. Let's go with that one. Parry bonus 1.5. Alright, let's build the wood shield. Gonna take all of our scraps. Oh well. That's gonna go in spot 1. We'll let that be spot 3 for the moment. This can fill that. Alright, now we can also build the Sitmog, deer rug, chest. We could use a few chests around. Cooking station. This is going to allow us to cook stuff over the fire. Including all that pork and deer meat that we just got. Or, well, not pork, but all the boar and deer meat we just got. Alright, meanwhile, gotta figure out what some of these places are. We've... Uh oh. Yeah, it did. Alright, no more boar. Just deer left. Be back in 1 minute. Yeah, that's what happens when you just leave food there. So we just got a bunch of charcoal instead of our deer meat back. Oh well. How are we doing on this? 30-10. Alright, Hugin, what do you want? You've crafted a shield. Oh, okay. So if you right-click at the right time, it'll parry. Okay, interesting. I didn't actually know that. And I'm not going to add any wood to the fire. Okay, there's already 4 in there, so... So once the fire dies out, I think I'm going to move it, build the ground up underneath it, and then replace the fire back on the elevated position. do a whole lot, but still ensures that it's just lifted up a tiny bit off the ground. Got some more logs sitting around. Let's be tactless. Eat some boar meat and then go kill some more boar with it still on our breath. Like in the days of old, you just gotta be relentless and keep after them. Eventually they'll get tired. Okay. I gotta get back here pretty soon. So at the moment, it's nighttime, bad things come out. This early in the game, I think the worst thing that I'm gonna have to worry about is the larger, greylings. Grayling brute, I think. They're really big and they got red eyes, so it's kind of hard to miss them. Alright. I just saw a house. Hut. There. Alright, so if we build a workbench right here, and then switch to repair, but instead of repairing it, just rip the thing down. What is holding this thing up? Ah, that one. to lighten your load. Yeah, no kidding. Making me paranoid. Okay, so now that we have too much wood, this is a good time to make some stacks. Bees are sleeping. No need to repair. Good. Lie on the battlefield, dreaming eyes turned upward toward the sky, veiled by smoke. Calls of warriors grow fainter as your eyes close for the second time. And I read too slowly. Wait, no. I need crates to stash stuff and alright, so if we just store... I mean, we can just store that right now, it's fine. So store basic resources in the first one. This is all like just wood. This one can be our skins. Feathers. Dandelion, fine. This can be resin and charcoal. And that last one could be food. Right now, the only thing I've got is dandelions, really. Beach seeds I need to wait quite a while for, and we can just drop trophies for now. I cut down a raspberry plant instead of actually harvesting from it. Did not give me seeds or anything, so oh well. It's gonna go for a long time. More bees. Also mushrooms. Okay, so if we can do the same thing here. Build a workbench. Let's start dismantling the house. This will actually allow us to have a second beehive. Amber and gold are useful. Flint is also very useful for creating stuff. There we go. Next level of stuff, and that was the key. Okay. Seem to have done okay on that timing. Should just be the, yeah. Alright, well. Slit knife would be faster, but... Oh, really? Is it just gonna run? It's just gonna wait until I least expect it. This is really dense. That just took way too long. Alright, let's go over here. Head on down to the ocean. These just appear to be stone. Our tin oftentimes looks pretty similar. So we'll keep those locations in mind for later. Although I don't see any right now. Here we also have a big village, which again can be dismantled or can be used as a staging post if I feel like coming back here. It seems like it would be a good idea to use this as a staging post due to the fact that there are two major land masses right off of here. So this looks like a pretty decent place to build a second house. Mark the map. Let's go like this. Right, that's where our house is. No, it didn't drop anything? That's crazy. Alright, cool. There we go. So, necktail is a new material that almost is exclusively just cooked. Can't say much as far as the actual taste of it, but... Alright, nothing good here. More of the same. Okay, so game doesn't think there's a bed there. Or rather, doesn't want to give me access to it. A miniature island. Alright, there's some tin. Is it just the one, though? No, okay, there's a little bit more. So, we'll mark this as 10. We'll come back to that. We actually have pickaxes. Very nice. It's a little dramatic. Turn back. This is a dangerous place. You have wandered into Black Forest. This place can be very dangerous for those unprepared. Prove your worth by slaying Eikthyr. Yeah, I mean, I got it. Particularly for somebody who still has yet to create any more armor. Long ages passed when the Allfather Odin united the worlds. He threw down Vanir, the giants, and those creatures older than any others. The greatest of them could not be killed, but they were instead forsaken, exiled here to Valheim for eternity. When they tread the earth, the lesser creatures jump like crumbs on a drum skin. You will know them when you see them. Yeah. Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, that's fun. So that might mean that I've been on the border for Black Forest ever since the beginning of the game. Maybe not. SDK, welcome in. Thank you everybody for coming on in. The Phoenix Swarm is here. So good evening everybody. I am Obi-Wan Pez. This is N Simplex Pachinko. Stackman. Thank you for the follow. So I am a math. Yes, I did just say math. Math streamer. On Wednesday nights I do math. Thank you, Sir Nuttington, for the follow. I do math streaming on Wednesday nights, and been doing kind of a bunch of random stuff, but lately been talking about you know, all the various things about pre-calculus and things like that. Like I'm teaching in my, you know, in my job. So you all are welcome to come in on Wednesday nights and hang out with me and several of my other followers for math stream, or come on in on Friday nights for gaming. I was trying to do Trail of Ayash tonight, which is a sort of like, you know, it's similar-ish to Valheim in that you've got like the mythology behind a civilization, and SDK only in. No, it's not even base 2. I mean, in binary, 1 + 1 = 1, 0. So. Actually, you know what? That's funny you bring that up. One of my students had mentioned something about, like, you know, that would work, and I was like, yeah, under some addition, because you could define addition to be like, it's going to be concatenation, just like you have there. And we endeavor to try to make that not happen. Alright, we only have 3 leather scraps, so that would be too bad if we use them all up right at this second. But can use a flint axe instead of the stone one. And toss that out for later. Ooh, shots fired. So, hope you all had a good night. Thank you very much for the thingy. Yes, for the raid, SDK. SDK is a wonderful streamer. I know you all know that because you were there. Um, and unfortunately tonight, yeah, I was alone. But hey, why? Thank you. Yes, Skyfall, absolutely. Come on by anytime, and we'll discuss. Uh, and that's the other thing is that like this allows me to like play around and figure out what some good explanations might be. And also, I don't have to stay, I don't have a schedule to keep. So, like, we can just chat and talk about, like, math in general, not just the stuff we have to get through. Because while we're here, we don't have to get through anything. But yeah, we've had some good times here. Yeah, thank you for the follow. See you on Wednesday. If anybody needs to head out and take care of themselves, getting tired for the night, feel free to drop out and do what you need to do. Make sure y'all are hydrating, getting fed, all that good stuff. And we'll drop the stone in here. Let's see. So those of you unfamiliar with Valheim, basically this is survival. You have awoken in the afterlife, getting taken here by Hugin, the mythical crow that takes all warriors to Valheim, the kind of staging post before Valhalla. You are not worthy of Valhalla, but you can prove yourself worthy to Odin and become worthy of be worthy of the Allfather's notice. So I have been playing this on a different world, and I don't know, I think it's probably like about 100 hours or something like that. And let's see. Oh no, SDK was Astroneer was where I met SDK through several other streamers. Captain Space Toaster was one, and a few others who were looking. And yep, Brandon. Nope, Vainglorious. There we go, Vainglorious Gaming. So they're great. You are all a bunch of great guys. So thank you for taking me into the fold and being like, hey you. Can we cut down birch? Nope. Okay. So we can't do that with this level of axe. We need something better. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Viking life sim. Very nice. Yeah, so in my other one, I have beaten 2 bosses, and I'm kind of on the run up to the 3rd. Haven't quite gotten to that location yet, but working on 3rd boss. And I've just gotten... I'm beating wolves, so we're getting there. Sausage is key. Yeah, we're gonna have to save that for later. Okay, we are at capacity, so can't really carry anything else. I very stupidly forgot to drop a bunch of stuff back at the house, because I could have done that. But hey, it happens. And it's not that big of a deal. So, let's see. Are we... Okay. See what else we can see in this area, see if there's anything important. Quite possibly not. And thank you all for anybody who's lurking out there, because really helps strengthen the channel and I guess raise our profile here and let other people know that we exist. Have actually just passed the threshold for affiliate. I'm kind of getting my ducks in a row, as it were, trying to make sure I've got all the stuff ready to do that. But woo. Alright, wait a minute. How did that happen? I didn't drop anything, but I just picked up a whole bunch more wood. That's weird. Maybe? Alright, well, let's do this. Let's drop wood block here. Yeah. And then we'll pick up a bunch more. Oh, right, 10. Because I put down the, that thing. Workbench. Okay. So then we can put down another 50. And then we can chop. Okay. This will be good for now. We will break and take. Over. Yeah, we can just leave that there. Leave it with partial cover, nobody will ever know the difference. Alright, getting low here, so we'll eat some more food. One of the other key awesome things that this does is it actually shows you which way the wind's blowing. You'll occasionally see little white wisps running through, and if you approach a deer from downwind, then they will not be able to smell you. Alright, Sir Nuddington, thank you very much. Have a good night's rest. And I will hopefully see you around. Stop running. I am simulating the predator-prey model. Come on. Boo. one of the problems with not having a bow and arrow yet. Oops. Uh-oh. Everything wants a piece of me. I just want the deer. Yeah. Did we lose it? Yep. Alright, this is a thicker edge of the forest, so we're not going to be able to get back. Oops. I hear a deer. Boo. Not bad. Oh, come on. Double back again. Come on. There we go. No. Oh my god. There we go. Ugh. So the last venison that I had, I burned because I had to hit escape for a minute. Turned to charcoal. Oh well. I think the way that XP works in this game, you have growth based on usage. I'm not sure about that, but it seems like that's the case. So as opposed to like the amount of time you spent running or anything like that, I think it has to do with ooh, I can get a raft. I think it has to do with the amount of stamina that you use as you're running. Alright, so we can do a couple more of these, I think. Get some more apiaries going. Yeah. These are happy. Alright, and then we want the building. We want the overhang at 26 degrees. And we want this to go down, not up. It's not like it really matters, but... Alright, rag pants. Finally get to put some pants on. Oh boy. treasure. I believe in order to fight Eikthyr, we need 3 deer trophies. So we need 1 more, but more importantly than that, I definitely need bow and arrow. Like, that's not really even an option. 8. Alright, so I need 3 more. Okay. This is one of the other things that this game really does well, is it gives you time to just relax for a couple minutes without constantly being attacked by something. At least most of the time. So just like your Viking counterpart, you do actually, you know, sit by the fire and relax. Later on, once we get into some of the higher areas, we can find some decent food. And so you need to have bronze before you can really get before you can start growing your own food. As it stands right now, I have to gather everything or hunt. That dropped under our feet. No? Okay. That's rough. Ugh. Alright, that's the last one there. Can I drop down without destroying the fire or catching myself on fire? Yes. Cool. Alright. Really? This is sad. Just give... No, seriously. Like, give me the meat. It's right there. Ah. Alright, don't move. There we go. Alright. So we got everything we need for now. We will pass out for the night. can make more flint head arrows. Do I have? I'm not sure how many feathers I have. Or yeah, no, I can't make those yet. So wood arrows just require wood, but flint head arrows, these right here, require flint for the head, wood for the body, and also feathers for the fletching. Amazingly enough, I think the wood arrows must use like wooden fletchings, which is kind of interesting, but alright, cool. We'll go with it. Upgrade the club with bone fragments. So for those guys, you can head out into the woods, find some skeletons, and take them out. Those are fun. The skeletons are not typically around here, but they will show up occasionally. And you do have to be on your guard for that, because they're not nice. Let's move all the food over here. Oh, I already had some. Okay, those feathers back there. And then here we can make... What was it that I needed? Well, first of all, do the chopping block, because that's going to help. The chopping block is going to boost the output of the... There we go, leather. So leather armor is going to be the next thing that I really want to get. There we go, flint head. Okay, so yeah, I need 2 feathers to do 20 arrows, which get me up to a 34 total. That's pretty nice. Crude bow. Yep, hook that in. And then do the flint head arrows. Leather, all we need is deer hide. So I need a ton of deer hide for this. We'll go hunt some deer with wooden arrows. They're not great, but I'm not going to waste the flint head ones on deer. And besides, it turns out I'm actually pretty good at hunting with the bow in this game. I don't know how. It's like the way to aim is not, I mean, it's intuitive, but it's not like super accurate. Stone stuff in here. Actually, we'll just leave that where it is. That's fine. Food, though. I can just leave a bunch of this stuff. 35, 12, 30, 10. Yeah, just leave this behind for now. 25, 8. Right, we'll just eat that one. You'd think you'd want boots. not quite that good, but there we go. I'm also used to the, whatever the next or possibly second tier above this is, because one of my friends was like, here's a ton of stuff. I'm like, hi, thank you. Yeah, I think he gave me a recurve. So like I said, it's basically 2 or 3, or 1 or 2 tiers above this, and probably will take me hours on this account before I get it. Alright, we can take this down. I don't think I'm going to actually use it. Oops. Oh, no, okay. I thought that was going way high. So like I said, for some reason, just really well attuned to hunting or using the bow and arrow in this game. I don't know why. I'll probably blame Skyrim, but all right, I can't take that down. Well, it doesn't really matter. I just won't add resin to it. That's gonna run for days. Okay. That was a terrible shot. Ouch. Alright. Secondary. Eat another raspberry. So the raspberries are very weak in terms of being able to sustain you for a while, but I don't really care all that much. Right now I'm just doing something to raise my health and stamina a little bit, and then later on we'll be able to eat some of the bigger stuff in order to survive, because that's going to happen later. Oh, here's some other stuff. So at this point we can also go in and try to build other items. So the tanning rack needs 15 flint, which we have in the box, and 20 leather scraps, which we most certainly do not have. So that's going to be a while. Furniture, yeah, deer rug. So if we lay down a deer rug, this is also going to raise the comfort. So if you look up at the top there where it says resting, it was comfort 4 before, and now it's comfort 5 because we add the deer rug. And every time that we add new furniture in the house, it keeps increasing. 2 core wood to get a sitting log. We might be able to do that too. 2 core wood. What do you know? I think if we do this outside, but like pretty close to the edge here, that should also count. Yep, comfort 6. Perfect. So every time we do this, it just keeps increasing the comfort level. I think also we can then exploit this a little bit. Put a sign on the outside. And put a torch outside as well. Actually, the torch can be inside too. But do something like this. This will at least allow us to be able to see this place. I don't need to see it, but in case I ever open this up to other people, they'll be able to see it from wherever. Alright, so then we can go like this. You know what? I don't want it on this side, I want it on the other side. That probably just wrecked the charcoal though. Oh well. Oh no. Okay, we did take it back. Alright. Do we get any comfort increases? Nope. Okay. Didn't need to, but it's fun anyway. Alright, so later on, when we get fine wood, that'll allow us to craft furniture, and putting furniture in here is what's going to make it much better. More deer. We'll leave these here for a bit. We'll leave the raw stuff here for a bit. And we'll pick up some honey. So, one each. Looking good. They can store up to 4, and usually you go off and just do whatever and then come back after a long time. Alright, we only got 15 more arrows. That's fine. Oh, now it's raining. This does make it harder to see. However, it also masks your approach if you're just trying to sneak up on deer or anything like that. cape. Oops. Hey, Megalomorph. I mean, resource management is by itself a very different kind of math, but yeah, so this is my Friday night game stream. Welcome to it. This is the first time that I've played, this is the first time I've played Valheim on stream. I have played, maybe a couple hundred hours, I think. Got it here somewhere. Valheim. Yeah, 120. So I've got a character who's on the, working on the third boss. Ouch. So anyway, yeah, decided to try out a new character, different seed. I really like the seed so far. It dropped me over in a meadow over there, and I was like, oh, cool, I get a nice, like, flat space that I can build a house in. And then I came over here, and there was a free, like, kind of crappy lean-to house over here that I was able to just put a bench in, and then slowly began to dismantle that and build a house at the same time, so fortuitous. You'll probably get no argument about me, or with me, about resource management being evil, but so, how's your night been? Or been up to anything lately? I finished rather a long week with getting classes set up and doing all that, so very nice. Somebody new or somebody you knew from before? If you don't mind. Oh, man. I'm sorry. That sucks. I was worried I had one of those many years ago because I had allergies so bad I just kept scratching my eyes. And my mom was like, alright, let's take you into the doctor because just in case. Turned out no, it was just that my blood vessels had swollen so bad. It's pretty awful. Nice. Alright. Yeah, I can believe it. It's pretty awful. I'm sorry. Ugh. Alright, maybe let's push back in this direction. See what we can see in the southeast-ish. Yeah, I had something going on that wasn't great. Turned out my gallbladder was completely blocked up and diseased, so hooray! Had that out. It was less than fun being, February of last year. It's been a year. And yeah, there was that whole, pandemic. You need to go to a hospital for 2 days. Oh, great. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. Get to spend some time with family. Nice. Yeah, definitely. I did not see the second boar. Lovely. It was pretty bad because it was... I went there in like 2015, I think, to the hospital because it was just like this thing is excruciating. It's, actually it was on my back, like just under my ribs or like inside my ribs, and I was like, that's not good. So the on-call doctor was an orthopedist who told me, yeah, it's probably muscular. I'm like, fuck you. Alright, I'm getting a second opinion when I can see my actual doctor. So she sent me in for a some scan that was it was a pretty interesting one. So they pumped me full of I don't think it was barium, but it was one of the tracers. and then did a contrast scan. PET scan, maybe, I think? Yes, this guy was very biased. and very young and inexperienced. I say that as somebody who was young and inexperienced as a math teacher. It was also great. It was the day before we were scheduled to leave on a road trip to New Hampshire. It's where I'm from, where all of my family is. So she was like, "Oh, we found this, like, you know, just kind of a bit of a." They called it sludge ball. So it's basically like some fat buildup on the inside. And it's not pleasant. She's like, "Yeah, just you know, don't eat very much in the way of fatty foods for a while, and you know, just kind of take it easy." And I'm looking down at this plate of garlic knots, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Crap. Really? Alright. So like this. Grab the crafting table. Ooh. Build it crooked. And then go to town. That's kind of nice. Also, nothing really worthwhile in here. That's too bad. Aw. That'd be boar territory. Good news, there's no overhunting in this game, so... I mean, it's in the afterlife, so, like... Seems like Hugin and Odin kind of put some fish in the barrel for a little bit here. Oops. Yeah. I mean, empirical evidence suggests. This is the most accurate portrayal of the of Valheim that we have, so. Nice. Oh, you're back. What? There we go. I mean, honestly, it no, I think I'm gonna have to fall back on my quote generator and say from Clue. Oh, you don't know the kind of people I hang out with. You might go up in their estimation. Actually, might as well while I'm here. Right, how are we doing? 200 pounds and plenty of room for stuff. So let's go hunt these other ones over here. Take this guy out because I just don't want to deal with him. There's another boar, but I don't see it anywhere. Okay, that's cool. The hell, man? Used to work with this older guy named Richard, who was a concert bassoonist. So we both worked at this data entry, cube farm. I was an adjunct faculty member at the place where I work now, and he was also a concert bassoonist outside of work. So we talk all the time, and he's got much the same sense of humor that you do. It's puns all the way down. Alright. Let's take this back. Oops. That's where he went. shut myself out. Alright, so let's see. Let's take these 4, these, we can leave those 13. Take the 6 uncooked. And sure, why not? Yeah, at some point later, one of the other things we can do is like make multiple fires with multiple cooking stations on them, and just go, this whole process goes much faster when you start having to cook that much. I'm pretty sure that we can't put another one on here. Well, maybe. Alright, let's do all those. Alright. Okay. Looks like we can do it. Yeah, and then later on we get some better areas over which to, you know, instead of making a tiny little fire pit, you can make a bonfire, and then you can eventually make a hearth, but you gotta have like stone cutting tools for that. Like my other character doesn't even have that. I'm wandering around the world trying to figure out how to do that exactly, but I think I might need to beat the next boss. Not looking forward to it. Uh-oh. There we go. It'll work that time. Alright, so we're going to finish this up and then head on out to figure out who else is on for the night. Oh, good. I'm glad he finally went offline and decided to go to sleep. Yeah, there was one of my elite dangerous friends by the name Brother Sabathius. He's British, so it's 5 in the morning there. Maybe 6, depending on where he's living. It was funny though, he told me, or he told the stream that he was trying to reset his sleep schedule. Apparently it didn't stick. Because he was still on at least, it was only like an hour ago. Okay, let's see. How many? I have exactly 6 deer hide. So I guess the leather helmet. I don't have a helmet at the moment, so that's probably the best bet. Right, I don't have any of that other stuff, so put on the leather helmet. Oh, you know what? Let's see. I think that requires a lot of core wood. There's Stagbreaker here is a big hammer. Yeah, core wood. So I got the rest of the stuff, but core wood, we have to go down into the Black Forest where there's trolls and ogres and stuff there. Well, the trolls, anyway, are 30 feet high, something like that, and they usually will take trees as clubs. So, that gets to be fun. Typically, when you see them, you run. And not much else. Alright. Actually, there was something else I wanted to do, right? Got the bow. Tower shield's alright. Leather we can't do yet. Flint? Yeah. There's the flint stuff. So here we got plenty of flint. Let's make the flint knife and the flint spear. Haven't really used the spears at all, which is too bad. Because I think it's maybe a little more thematically appropriate, I don't know. Also, it keeps you at slightly higher distance, but that doesn't matter much. Okay, so I think we'll probably call it there, go to sleep for the night, and then when we wake up in the morning, save and quit. You dream you're hunting with your companions, running high over green hills and down through mist-haunted valleys. Ahead of you, your prey stumbles and you leap forward, sinking your teeth into the warm flesh. Well, that's not right. Okay. So we'll log out here, hang out on the main screen for a few minutes. Alright, so thank you very much, Megalomorph and SDK for the raid. Sir Nuttington and Skyline or Skyfall. Everybody else who stopped in, Superbrain, Two Curbs. It's been a great night. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I will be hanging out, so I'll probably see you all on somebody's stream around. Who knows? Hit the raid button here. Think we'll go see. We'll see Brandon over at Vainglorious. Oh no. Did he log out? Yeah, I think he quit for the night. It's one of the problems with Yep. Who's it? Mobile doesn't update by itself. So, alright, let's head over to see Vanna. She's playing Untitled Goose Game, and looks like she's got a friend in there somewhere. So they're playing the multiplayer version. All right, so thank you again for stopping in. This has been Obi-Wan Pez for N Simplex Pachinko. We'll be back on Wednesday for math and Friday for some more gaming. So stay safe, have fun out there, have a good night.